What are my goals for 2025? Happy New Year, everyone. So as of 2025, I am going to be trying to post 3 days a week, being Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, some things may be smaller videos, such as a day in my life, or sometimes longer videos, just depending on what my schedule is. But today I wanted to talk about what my plans are for 2025. Now, when I first planned this video back in December, unfortunately, things changed quite dramatically from then till me now sitting down to make this video. That, however, hasn't discouraged me from trying to make 2025 the best year it can be. Now, one of my last videos was a day in my life about how I had been working my normal job and what my life looks like. Unfortunately, as of today, I have been let go. Now, it was very sudden and very unexpected, so I'm kind of reeling a little bit from it, but life moves on, and it does kind of change how I approach this year on the whole. Primary reason being my regular job is what pays my bills and really pays for me to do the stuff that I've been doing. And without that, I kind of don't have much. Now, I am immediately looking for jobs, and I may already have a job lined up for me, thank goodness. So I am very lucky and very privileged that I do know people who, were able to help me and have given me resources and checking with people that they know who may be hiring at the time. So I am very grateful and very thankful. However, this changes what my plans were going to be. I had planned on 2025 kind of being the year where I would move more into art. For many years, I've kind of teetered on this line of wanting to move to art, but never really being able to fully commit. I'm someone who's very much like, I need to pay my bills, I need to be financially stable, I need to do this, that, and the other. And because of that, I have felt very frightened and very unsure in myself of whether or not jumping into the deep end of art was correct. Now, as of filming this, we are 3 days into 2025. So happy new year to me. And I suppose I'm trying to look at it from a positive point of view, because this situation's already happened. What's happened, like, I'm not getting my job back no matter how much I want to cry and scream. So I'm gonna make the best out of it. And if you'd like to support me, now is your best time. I do still have conventions and art and stuff, and my shop just updated, so I am trying to look on the bright side of things. But with me kind of being forced out of my job, I am now in a position where I kind of have to rely on art, at least for a little bit. And so I'm trying to take this as a good thing and throw myself into my art, into my content creation, into everything, to kind of, one, give myself something to do, since I've kind of got to wait around until I can get another job, but also to try and see if this is a viable thing. So I suppose there's a silver lining to everything. My goals have changed, but what are they? Number one, I want to stay as organized as I can be. Now, some of this did relate into the fact that I had been having a regular kind of work schedule and like allotting more time to like commissions and separating commission time from work time in terms of like making products opposed to like editing videos, and kind of setting up like a schedule for myself day to day so that I could more efficiently work. Doesn't apply so much at the moment, but I'd still like to be a lot more organized. I'm someone that struggles a lot with organization and kind of keeping on top of things. I have a habit of kind of going a million miles an hour and doing a million things all at once, never getting anything done. I'll start one project and I'll go, it's been 5 minutes, let's move on to this next one. And then I'll just keep doing that. So normally if I have art, I have like a good 5 to 10 artworks going at once. I kid you not, I have currently on the go 1 personal piece, 3 commissions, and my charms and things alongside me making stock. And that's just the art stuff. I like having things that I can swap to because I know that I get bored of projects very quickly. However, I need to do so in an organized way. So one of my main goals was becoming more organized. I spoke about this previously, and one of the ways I've been doing this is with my planner. It's very boring, I know. But in this planner, this is my weekly planner. I pretty much have everything I could need. It's one of those very kitschy white girl planners, but it's got your normal monthly calendars here where I've marked out, important events such as KaiCon that's coming up, when birthdays and other events are, when Aurora stuff happens, and then of course we've got weekly calendars. And I kind of want to use this as a way to stay, one, motivated, but also very organized, because as I've spoken about previously, writing things down physically helps me a lot and helps me kind of stay on top of things and remember things a lot easier. And alongside that, I have what I call my Bible. In this, I have different categories which are all color coded, and I just use it as a way to kind of organize my thoughts, write down any important notes to myself, any ideas I have. So this first category is all of my KaiCon stuff, and will continue to be for any conventions or anything, keeping a track of stock, how much things cost, how much money I could potentially make, how many items, stock take, that sort of thing. I then have my business stuff for any shop updates that I want to do. So part of being organized is I, on the 1st of January, did a very kind of impromptu shop update, but I'm hoping to kind of plan them kind of months in advance so that I can have time to organize everything, and I want to make them more themed and more cohesive. So I'm using this as a way to kind of write down my thoughts for, I have this idea for a shop update, let's figure out the logistics. Then of course I've got my YouTube stuff. This is primarily brainstorming, figuring out what videos I want to film, have I filmed them, have I edited them, keeping on top of all that sort of stuff. So this book's more just kind of thoughts, feelings, kind of brainstorming stuff. And then as well as a third little is this. This is my second Bible with a bank card in it. So my third and final piece to this collection is this tiny little baby 2025 planner. And this is my events planner. So as I've spoken about, I am con staff. I am also staff for the Dealer's Den. I am an admin on their Telegram. So I'm a busy person, and I had been working. That's different. But I do a lot of events and event management and all of that. So this is specifically for events. So this one has a much nicer monthly layout calendar where I'm able to put I have this event, I've got birthdays coming up. So this one has a much neater layout, and I'm able to just much easier put when I'm for example, checking in for my hotels, when I'm leaving, when bump-in is and stuff, just so I've got a clearer picture of just my events and not my events and everyday stuff. So that's kind of my main goal, because I am normally able to kind of keep on top of things, but because I have a tendency to get so distracted, which I'm sure you can probably tell in these videos, it can be a little bit hard to stay on top of things. And I've always loved the idea of being organized, and I've always loved the ideas of using planners and whatnot, but never really fully committed. So this year my goal is to be more organized and actually use the things that I've purchased. I've purchased these planners, I'm going to use them. I'm trying to cover them in stickers and things so that they're more visually appealing and whatnot. But I really want to use them because I need to be more organized. My second goal that I had indeed written down for this video, and yes, I am kind of scripting, was move away from my regular job, which I spoke about at the beginning. This has happened kind of, I suppose, unconsensually for me. So yeah, I guess goal number 2 is already achieved for 2025. So yeah, I do want to move away from doing a regular job, and in the interim between jobs, I'm going to see if art is a viable thing for me and kind of just use it as a trial period, I suppose. And I'm not against getting a full-time or part-time job, or a regular job to supplement my art, and then later on, if I feel more comfortable kind of leaving, that's totally fine. But since I'm in this situation anyway, I may as well just use it as a free trial period. My third goal is something that's very personal to me. I spoke about this in one of my other videos where I do charity work for one of the conventions in Sydney, Australia, and we raised this amount of money. I'm not going to try to say it because, fun fact about me, I have dyscalculia, and I also was just straight up never taught how to read numbers to a certain degree, so I cannot say that number. if it was written down, I probably could read it. Like if you wrote like TWENTY, kind of wrote it down, I could read it, but just as like numerics, I can't. So apologies. But I would love to beat that goal in Aurora 2025. We were not expecting to hit that goal at all. And part of the reason why we hit that goal was because I kind of effed up and we took on way too many items in the charity auction, which, you know, more items means more money. But if I can find a way to make it more efficient, I am really hoping that we can beat that goal. Now, we do not have a charity yet, but we are working on it. I really hope it's the charity that I want. Fingers crossed. Looks like it's won the preliminary vote, but it will be up to the committee. So I will let you guys know when we know and when we're allowed to announce it. And my final goal, which is something I already kind of started last year, is I want to involve myself more in the community. As an autistic person, I very much struggled to socialize and talk to people, and even in online spaces, I see, for example, my partner, Keegan, who may burst through the door at any given moment, who, you know, engages in the community a lot more than myself, just in terms of like even commenting and in chat threads and things like that. And I have always struggled with that. But I know it's a really good way to get to know people and to just involve yourself in the community and talk to other people. And I have been trying to do that more and message in more group chats, because I am what I would call a collector of group chats. I accept every invite to every like local group chat that is offered to me, which means I think I'm in over 20 Australia-based furry group chats, plus a plethora of like international ones. So I am in a lot of group chats, but I scarcely talk unless it's a smaller chat where I tend to know people on a more personal basis. But I would like to talk more, and I am a big proponent of the belief that to have like a art career and to do what I kind of want to do, I know that you need to have a community, and that having a community often stems from just talking to people and having friends. And that's something that I've really struggled with, but in 2025 I really want to improve that. I really want to get myself out more, not only in the furry community, but out more in terms of my normal life and my normie friends, as I'll call them, and kind of just be a bit more social. And I'd like to do more for my community and involve myself more in terms of doing meets. I kind of go to like 1 or 2 a year, only because they're normally pretty short notice, and oftentimes, at least for the previous 12 months, I would be working, so it just wouldn't be like feasible, or I would have to like leave immediately from work to the meet, and after work I just don't want to do that. But I'd like to go to more meets, I'd like to go to more events and that sort of thing, so I'd just like to put myself out there, really. But that's just some of my goals for 2025. I do have some personal goals. If you followed me for a while, you know that about 12 months ago I lost 30 plus kilos. Unfortunately, I ended up having some health issues, and I was strictly told I was not allowed to diet at all. I had to go and eat a lot of food, and then we had issues with that, and it's been a whole thing, but most of the health stuff's kind of settled down, so I am hoping to lose a little bit more weight and go back to the gym and all that. Just kind of smaller, personal, more new year, new me vibes, which not as exciting to talk about. Really, for 2025, I'd like to get myself out there more, involve myself in my community. I'd like to raise more money for charity. I am hoping that this year I can donate myself. I may not be bringing my big Ghibli mirror to KaiCon just due to space restrictions, so I may be finishing that up and donating that to charity. And yeah, I'd like to be more organized, because I, as you can tell by my gesticulation, am everywhere. I'm just a very hectic person, I'm very eclectic, and I'd like to just kind of stay on top of things and kind of have a more solid plan and schedule for myself. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are. Don't forget to pop us a follow. Leave a comment down below. You know, what are your plans for 2025? Do you have resolutions? If so, what are they? If not, I'm always interested in the people who never do. I found, at least last year, that having that whole new year, new me vibe kind of helped in a way. So I'm curious for people who, you know, don't do that sort of thing. Let me know just your thoughts and feelings. Comment beans or something. But I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.